Acting Chief Justice ruled house-to-house registration not unlawful. Peters Hall residents underwater blame clogged drains. International news outfit says Guyana's negotiators ignorant about oil laws. In the region, Venezuela crisis, hyperinflation rates slowing down, and internationally, US-China trade war. US agriculture faces challenges. Greetings and welcome to this edition of Headline News Update. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. The residents of Peters Hall are angry with their NDC for not cleaning the clogged trenches, which they claim led to their homes being flooded. Esther Sobers reports.
Fed up by the constant flood waters in their home, the residents of Peters Hall, East Bank, and Rara have voiced their concerns about the inability of their local neighborhood democratic council to fix the drainage issue in the community.
We've always been plagued by the water because the trench is now being digged. I had to give away all my livestock, get plants underwater, or a road not being looked after, but most of all because people were living in their downstairs in bottom flats and wishing we can be relieved if the trench has been dug.
In Guyana, certain areas continues to be affected by flood waters from rainfalls of the last 24 hours. Another resident who was also affected by the flood waters complained of being unable to work.
Yeah, and you know about it. We talked several times about the drain. I personally asked Ryan about it. The last I talked to Ryan, he said Hymak was in Moko. And when they come from Moko, they go come dig the drain. There's nearly 6 months now.
The coker was opened to bring relief to the affected flood victims. However, it was observed that the drains were clogged by garbage, which is a contributing factor to flooding.
We are afraid because disease is water from all about, people throwing rubbish all about, from the toilet all around. Most got disease.
The septic tank,
That's coming out from the septic
yes,
tank.
everything.
There's the gutter water, kind of thing.
It's 2 weeks now since I do my eyes.
Floods have devastating consequences and can have effects on the economy, environment, and people. As many residents in the area were seen placing their household items on the road, one resident even found a snake in his house after the water had subsided. Though the residents were promised by the NDC engineer to have the drainage issue rectified, they noted that they wouldn't be holding their breath. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. A police constable who was picked up in an unconscious state on Mandela Avenue back in July died this morning at the Georgetown Public Hospital. Guyana Police Force Constable Winston Cooper, who was attached to the Presidential Guard Service, was discovered around 5:30 a.m. on July 1, 2019, lying on the roadways in an unconscious state and was rushed to the GPHC, while relatives and friends hope for his recovery and any information as to how he ended up in that condition. Cooper remained unconscious until he died. President David Granger visited the relatives of the police and has called for an in-depth investigation into Cooper's death. Here is a new video taken from inside the prison showing an inmate crying and struggling while his hair is being cut by other inmates. Esther Sobers tells us more.
Another prison video has been circulating on social media. A video of 36-year-old Marlon Bradley in the video was begging his attackers to stop as they held him against his will and cut off chunks of his hair before letting him go. The inmates were in possession of contraband items like blades and scissors. Bradley was remanded to prison on an illegal gun and ammunition possession charge, was assaulted by inmates of the Lozignon prison holding facility. He was also wanted in connection for the murder of Reginald Atterley, Diesel boss, who was gunned down during a robbery at his Skyhawk Park home. He was recently shot by police officers at Stabrook Market Square after he resisted arrest. In the video, the aggressors are heard taunting Bradley, questioning him as to whether or not he was a good boy. In response to the video, Prison Director Gladwin Samuels admitted that the incident did occur on August 8, and so far one inmate has been questioned in connection to the incident. The prison director further explained that Bradley has since been relocated to Lusignan prison. However, he is unable to identify any of the culprits as they were wearing masks. One of the prisoners attacking Bradley was identified by his voice and has since been questioned, but is reluctant to provide any information to the prison authorities. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Coming up after the break, government wins huge legal battle, house-to-house registration will move forward, and international news outfit says Guyana's negotiators ignorant about oil laws.
Did you know that John Lewis Styles carries back-to-school items? Besides clothing and footwear, you can also get lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, and pulley backpacks from $10,995, all for the same price or less than buying online, and it's already here. Also, get a chance to win one RCA tablet every week in August. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. That's 4 tablets you can Google homework with. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
The Guyana Elections Commission will commence house-to-house registration in your area soon. You must register if you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or registration. 14 years and older by the 31st of October 2019, a citizen of a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for a period of no less than 1 year preceding the qualifying date. If you were previously registered, you will need to register again. Look out for GCOM. Make it your responsibility to get registered. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9 or 223-9653. Email pro@gcom.org.gy. Contact the nearest GCOM registration office or visit our website www.gcom.org.gy.
Wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have so much waste to dispose of in the landfill? Well, composting can help us reduce the waste we dispose of by turning our organic waste into compost, which can be used to improve the quality of our soil.
Composting is very simple and convenient. You can compost using organic waste such as vegetable skins,
or fallen leaves and cut grass and put this in a composting bin or pile.
Compost can help your garden grow healthy plants
while reducing your volume of waste. It's a really good way to keep our communities clean and healthy.
So, let's all start composting our waste.
Find out how easy it is. Call us on 226-2189 or 227-8429 or visit our website moc.gov.gy. A message from the Ministry of Communities in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Welcome back. An international news outfit says Guyana's current political climate, coupled with our significant oil find, can prove either a blessing or a curse. Wendell Jeffrey read the report.
Guyana's huge oil finds continue to make international news. Yesterday, Bloomberg, an internationally reputable news outlet, posted on their platform a lengthy article that spelled out Guyana's history and trajectory of our oil industry. The US-based entity noted that Guyana's current political conflicts make for a very problematic emerging petroleum industry. They rationalized that Guyana can either gain from our significant oil wealth or become a cursed nation because of political corruption. A large section of the article also focused on Guyana's preparedness, or rather, our lack thereof. The article highlighted that while Guyana is mere months away from finding first oil, its petroleum laws are decades old. Bloomberg looked at the Energy Department's budget and suggested that it was grossly underfunded. The article decried the fact that Guyana has yet to finalize its sovereign wealth fund policy, and also how or if, in the short to mid-term, the royalties will be distributed among the Guyanese citizenry. The article seems to suggest that while neither the PPP nor the coalition governments have engaged in any illegality, their major problem is one of ignorance with regards to the ability to negotiate or renegotiate oil contracts. The fact that Venezuela still lays claims to Guyana's entire oil catchment area was also pointed out in the news piece. The entire article can be found at Bloomberg.com. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. In a deliberate and extensive ruling by Guyana's Chief Justice Roxanne George Wiltshire, the Granger administration can breathe another sigh of relief. This afternoon, the CJ said that the courts have no jurisdiction to mandate a date or time for elections. The judge said this court cannot order that elections be held by a certain date. The judge noted that the Caribbean Court of Justice also did not address this matter. The Chief Justice also ruled that the ongoing house-to-house registration exercise is not unlawful or unconstitutional. The case was filed by Christopher Ram. The lead attorney was the PPP's former Attorney General, Anil Nandalal. Another application filed by Lennox Schumann, leader of the Justice and Liberty Party, is also challenging the validity of the house-to-house registration. That hearing has been fixed for ruling on August 23rd by Chief Justice George Wiltshire. When we return, Venezuela crisis, hyperinflation rates slowing down, and U.S.-China trade war. U.S. agriculture faces challenges.
That is not what we were taught at the Green Generation Guyana camp.
Is this the correct way to do it? Drivers, you have two options that you can use. First, you can temporarily put your empty plastic bottles in the trunk of your vehicle or on the ground on the passenger side next to you. Or secondly, place them in the nearest garbage bin you see. We need you to play your part in helping us keep the environment clean and healthy. A message from the Ministry of Communities, Green Generation Guyana Sanitation Program. For more information, please contact us on 592-227-2605, or you may find us on the World Wide Web at www.moc.gov.gy.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
The
Guyana Elections Commission will commence house-to-house registration in your area soon. You must register if you are a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or registration. 14 years and older by the 31st of October 2019, a citizen of a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for a period of no less than 1 year preceding the qualifying date. If you were previously registered, you will need to register again. Look out for GCOM. Make it your responsibility to get registered. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9 or 223-9653. Email pro@gcom.org.gy. Contact the nearest GCOM registration office or visit our website www.gcom.org.gy.
Did you know that John Lewis Styles carries back-to-school items? Besides clothing and footwear, you can also get lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, and pulley backpacks from $10,995, all for the same price or less than buying online, and it's already here. Also, get a chance to win one RCA tablet every week in August. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. That's 4 tablets you can Google homework with. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
Welcome back. The Venezuelan opposition-controlled parliament said hyperinflation slowed in July. Earlier this year, the government loosened currency exchange controls, but hyperinflation is still staggeringly high and Venezuela is growing more unequal. France 24 News reports.
Imported products can be rare commodities in Venezuela, but this is starting to change following a recent government decision to loosen currency controls. The measure has allowed banks and citizens to buy and sell U.S. dollars for the first time in 16 years.
We can't find any of these products here, so we import them. It's the new trend. It's really changed the economy. Here on the street there are 60 shops, and around 15 to 20 of them are imported goods shops.
Authorities are looking the other way as the dollar in some places has replaced the worthless local currency, the bolivar. It's been a welcome boost to people with access to dollars, such as those who receive money from relatives abroad. But those without such access may fall even further behind in an economy teetering on the brink of collapse.
There is not one but two Venezuelas. The divisions run very deep. There's a part of the population that manages to have a relatively stable life economically because they have important access to foreign currency. And there's another Venezuela that's impoverished on the verge of extreme poverty.
Eating out at food trucks like these remains unaffordable for most, in a country where the minimum wage is roughly $7 per month, according to the UN. Rather than struggle in an economy with one of the highest inflation rates in the world, many Venezuelans have decided to leave home. The UN estimates nearly 4 million people have fled since 2015.
And internationally, farmers in the United States are facing their biggest challenge in decades as the trade war between the U.S. and China continues. Al Jazeera's Andy Golachar reports.
Iowa is known as the tall corn state, part of the American rural heartland where agriculture and food production dominate the economy. Soybeans have been exported to China for decades, but the trade war is changing all that. In July, China placed a 25% tariff on the crop and stocks piled up, prices dropped, and Iowa's farmers have been caught in the crosshairs.
You know, corn and soybeans are our 2 major crops that we grow.
April Hem has just returned from China as part of a soybean growers delegation. Like many farmers in Iowa, she's being hit hard.
We knew someone had to deal with China. Something had to be done. You know, we don't like how it's going down because at the end of the day, agriculture usually always takes it.
Growers' woes have been hampered by an unusually wet spring, and as China deals with an outbreak of African swine fever, the need for feed made using soybeans has dropped.
Several farmers have told us they feel trapped in the perfect storm. There's reduced demand from China. Poor weather has led to a bad growing season, and now there's a trade war with no end in sight. The only way farmers in Iowa are keeping their heads above water is through government subsidies, and many say they are unfairly distributed and simply not enough. Economists too say that federal aid is only a short-term solution, so the longer this trade war goes on, the tougher things get.
Now that's gone, what do you do?
Professor Chad Hart says aid is needed, but a long-term trade strategy would be better.
The government support that's coming here is a nice injection, if you will, of cash at a time that farmers are looking to pay some bills, but at the same time, too, it doesn't address the long-term issues of not having stable trade relationships.
Farmers are now adjusting by finding new markets and planting alternative crops. China is making similar moves, importing from other nations. There is a fear here, though, that the trade relationship between the US and China may never be the same again.
You guys have filters for...
Like many in a state that President Trump won comfortably in 2016, Brian Sampson is generally in favor of Trump's approach on trade with China. As the months pass, though, his confidence is wavering.
Politicians in general love to use a problem to get votes. So I like him trying to solve problems, check the boxes, move on. I hope that's what happens. Yeah, but I'm not sure.
The president of the American Farm Bureau Federation described the trade war as a body blow to thousands of farmers. Trade, not aid, is a familiar refrain here. But without a resolution, the US's farming states may be facing a different landscape ahead. Andy Gallagher, Al Jazeera, Ames, Iowa.
Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. That is all for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Update. Tune in on Thursday at 7 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube.